wine glass. This is the one place where you're able to smell it and you're able to touch it. And now, the only place you can touch, you can't. That part's gone. You have people that you can touch. You can touch the survivors. And soon that's going to be gone. Yeah, I told you a story about my father today. And late last night, like 2 a.m, I was telling Mordechai about some of my brothers. I'm a really wonderful family, and I'm proud of all of them. Today I want to tell you about my sister, who I love to death. She's amazing, a really amazing woman. She's also in Arnof. When you go to your Arnof trip, you can definitely put her on the list of people to visit. We have a humble giant amongst us, the MK of the group, Mordechai Kraft. And I heard someone ask, the question is often asked, where was God in the Holocaust? Where was God in the Holocaust? And Mordechai, like that, he answers, where wasn't God in the Holocaust? You think about 6 million Jews, the feat, the enormity, the awesomeness, the impossibility. It's too big for a human being. Too big of something that you could attribute to a human, to attribute it to Hitler. Not possible. 6 million is something only God could do. So Mordechai says the real question isn't where was God in the Holocaust, because God was the Holocaust. Why did God make the Holocaust? And that's really the real question. Yeah, the question is always going to be asked when you come to Poland. Why did God make a Holocaust? What did He do it for? And the question could be answered in a minute, 5 minutes, an hour. You usually get a good answer. If you really want the answer, you got to start with a much more basic question. It's the question I had this morning. Maybe some of you had this morning when you woke up. I woke up with a headache. Anyone wake up with a headache? I was like, why do I have a headache? That's a simple question. What do I have a headache for? Why do I have a headache today? Come on, of all days to have a headache, why today? You ask yourself why you have a headache. You get a good answer to it. You think about it. The first step is to say, well, I don't have a headache. God gave me a headache. So why did God give me a headache? Why did God give me a headache of all people? He didn't give it to someone else. And if you come to a good answer to why you have a headache and you think about it for like a day, 2 days, a week, you develop the answer and you really internalize it in a month, you figure, maybe after like 2 months you came to the conclusion of why you have a headache. That's step 1. Then move up to the next step. Maybe why are you missing your pair of shoes? Why do you stub your toe? And then why did you not get this job that you had your eye on? Or why didn't you get this house you want your eye on? Why didn't you get this car? And then maybe escalate the questions. And after like years of internalizing the answers, as you get up each level, then you could ask yourself the 6 million life question, which is a big question. And maybe you can understand it. There's a person that I feel in this world that is a bit of a hero to me, someone who raised me, other than my mother, was my big sister. A really remarkable woman. And she's someone who not only understood why she got headaches, someone who understood big challenges in her life, and she deals with challenges in the most incredible ways. And I want to share with you a particular story. Let me tell you about my sister first of all. She's drop dead gorgeous. She's a beautiful girl. She's really beautiful. She's tall, she's skinny, she's blonde, she's blue. She has 12 children. And she still looks like that after 12 kids. 12 kids for her wasn't enough. There was a story in right outside Hanover where there was a car accident and someone, a mother passed away. There's 2 children that didn't have parents to raise them. So my sister said, yeah, 12 is not enough. Let's take in another 2. So now she has 14 kids. If you think that's not enough, anytime in Jerusalem, in Harnof, there was a place called Neve Yerushalayim, a college there, and girls were getting, did you stay there? So it's a great college for women, and when you have Jewish women, they're going to get engaged, and when they get engaged, they want a place to make a party. Where are they going to make a party? Almost twice a week there was an engagement party in my sister's house. 3 times there was an actual wedding in her house. She's one of those houses that you could turn up any time and always find a bed. There's besides the 14 kids, there's another 10 or 20 beds. she managed to get all her kids into 3 rooms so she can give another 10, 20 beds to anyone who wanted to stay. And I remember being there once, and I was in the kitchen, and I was there with my brother-in-law who owns the house, and I was looking through the cupboards for something to eat, and a guy who was a guest there, never met my sister and my brother-in-law, he just knows there's a place to eat, and my brother-in-law's standing right there, and he says, "Oh, you want something to eat? The people in this house, they'll let you take anything." just really help yourself. Once actually there was 2 people that walked out with a couch. I promise you, they walked out with the couch. We actually had a couch in our apartment for a while that we took from there. She's an incredible woman, and I'm very close with her, very, very close with her. And she was pregnant. She was in her 9th month. And I'm talking to her on the phone. I was in Israel at the time. And she did a lot of counseling, especially for the girls in Neve. She's a remarkable individual, but also very simple, and she knows how to relate to people. And she said there's one girl that comes to her house all the time. And they would have late night discussions. And no matter what she said, this girl was just dead set on the fact that there's no God in this world, and everything happens is evil and it's all against her. And my sister, she's really a simple person. She's like, it's so simple. Of course there's a God, and everything that God does is all good. And she says to me, Shlomo, on the phone. She's like, could you do me a favor? And you play guitar and you sing. My sister is tone deaf. It's the last thing you wanted to hear is her sing a song. And she loves to sing. So she says, could you compose? She's like, she has this brainstorm. Compose a song, and we'll sing it to her, and then she'll start believing in God. I was like, right, this is not going to work, Esti. She says, yeah, sure, it's going to work. And I'll sing the song. She was like, please don't. And she started, and these are the lyrics she says. She's like, I'll try to imitate her. Forgive me in advance. I do believe there's a God, and what he does is all good. And then she did that again and again on the phone. That was one of the worst moments of my life. And I said, Esti, that's a really bad tune, and also those lyrics are so cheesy. I do believe in God and what he does is all good. Listen to yourself. That's like pathetic. I would never put those lyrics to a song. That night, she was laying in bed, and there's a bit of blood in the bed. So she calls up her doctor. This is Dr. Freundlich, Sarah Freundlich. She says, Doctor, I'm a little concerned. I'm on my 9th month. I'm due any day, and there's some blood in the bed. The doctor is an amazing woman. She says, put your hand on your belly, and if you can feel the baby kick, then you know the baby's going to be fine. So she puts her hand on her belly. She feels a little kick. And the doctor says, it's fine, you don't have to come in now, everything's going to be okay. An hour later, she just knows something's not right. And she calls the doctor again. She says, Dr. Freundlich, this isn't right, I've had kids before. The doctor says one more time, Esti, just take your hand and put it on your belly. If you feel a kick, I'm telling you the baby will be fine. And she takes her hand and she puts it on her belly, And sure enough, again, there's a little kick. And she smiles and she says, okay, fine. She tells her husband an hour later, I think we should go to the hospital. And they come to the hospital, and Sarah Freundlich is there to meet them. And she lies down on the bed in the delivery room. And she puts her hand on her belly. There's nothing. There's nothing. Nothing. I was speaking to her later that night, and she says, do you know how hard it is to deliver a child, to deliver a baby? I have no idea. My wife says it's pretty hard. But I said, yeah. She said, there's always one thing that keeps me going. Pushing that baby out, because I know that when that baby comes out, there's going to be a cry, there's going to be that scream, and it's all going to be worth it. And I'll hold the baby in my arms, and I'll look into that baby's eyes, and I'll smile, and it'll smile at me, and I'll put that baby on my breast, and it will drink from me, and how beautiful it will be. That's what keeps me going. But do you know how hard it is to push a baby out of your body when you know you will never hear the cry of that child? When you know you will never hold that child again? When you know you'll never have the chance to feed that child, to raise the child? But you know what kept me going? My sister said to me, my Esti. That song that we made up last night, I just closed my eyes. And I said to myself again and again, those words that you thought were cheesy, but boy, did they get me through a hard time. I do believe there's a God, and what He does is all good. I do believe there's a God. What He does is all good. I do believe there's a God. What He does is all good. I do believe. I do believe. I do believe. I do believe. I do believe there's a God. What He does is so good. I do believe there's a God. And what He does is so good. I do believe. 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 There's a God. What He does is so good. I do believe there's a God. And what He does is all good. I do believe there's a God. I do believe there's a God. And what He does is all good. I do believe. I do believe. I do believe. Oh, I do believe there's a God. What He does is all good. I do believe there's a God. What He does is all good. I do believe. I do believe. I do believe. I do believe there's a God. What He does is all good. I do believe. Sarah Freundlich, she was a doctor that delivered that baby. I sat with my sister for hours that night, sitting on her bed in the hospital in Shari Tzedek, just singing that song with my guitar again and again. We sang it together, we cried together. And in those few hours together, she gave me more comfort than anyone visiting her over that week ever gave her. 1 year later, she's back in that delivery room. Sarah Freundlich is the doctor. Again. She says, "Do you remember last year?" And my sister says, "Yeah, it was a little girl." She said, "Hold my hand. We're going to push out another baby together." And this time, when she pushed that baby out, waiting for that cry to come, waiting for that room to be filled with the life of a new child, the cry came. She held that baby in her arms. She put that baby to her body, fed that baby. And her husband said, "Mazel tov." But Sarah said, "Hold on. Don't say Mazel tov yet. Because there's one more baby in the belly." And that day, my sister gave birth to a little baby boy. And a little gift from God, a little baby girl. And just 2 weeks ago, I was in Israel. I visited these two kids. They're the cutest things ever. And last night, I was with you guys in Poland, and I texted my sister. I said, "I'm dancing with you now. I'm dancing. I'm in Poland, but I'm dancing with you." Because she was in Israel, and she's celebrating a wedding. It's a different child, one of our other 12. And just a couple of weeks ago, she held a grandchild in her arms. Yeah, but she's still beautiful, skinny, blonde and blue. My dear sister, Esti. And for her, it all started with a simple question. "Hey God, why do you give me a headache today? Why me? Why God do you give me a headache?" And she worked on that question for a while. She figured it out. And she internalized it. "'Cause it's so good, why do believe? I do believe." And after she figured out why she had a headache, she figured out why she had problems with this child, problems over there, this challenge in life, that challenge in life. And if there's anyone who's going to ever answer this 6 million life question, I'm sure it's going to be Esti first. I do believe there's a God. What he does is so good. I do believe there's a God. What he does is all good. I do believe there's a God. What he does is all good. I do believe. La 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 la. Esti, I love you. And I hope to dance by all your kids' weddings. Or at least text you when you're dancing at their weddings. She made 4 weddings in the last year and a half. And she had 2 grandchildren in the last year and a half. And I want to give her a blessing that the simchot and the happiness keep coming in her lives. And she's a conduit for so many people for happiness. I hope she becomes a conduit to us. Amen. Thank you.